It is indeed an honor to be here, and my job is not to deliver a speech, so I'm not really speaking. I'm just welcoming people today. And you look great out there. I mean, this crowd is wonderful. It is great to see so many people come out to recognize and celebrate this very, very important holiday. You know, I thought about holidays and what they mean, and most people respond to the holiday very positively because they see it as a break from the routine. You know, you don't have to go to work. Most people don't have to go to school. I know you're happy about classes not happening today. And we see that break and we think, oh man, this is great, we have a holiday. But the truth is, holidays are really meant to help us to be reflective. And I can't think of a holiday that is more important to have and exercise some reflection than the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. It's so important. Those of you who may not know my past, and I don't know why you would know my past, you wouldn't know that I'm a professor of history. And I came here in 1999. I know it's hard to believe I look so young. How did I come here? In 1999 as assistant professor of history, and I have taught thousands of students in American history and African American history courses. So I have a very strong connection to the history of this country, but particularly the history of African Americans in this country and understanding the themes. And Dr. King's holiday really does make me reflective, as I think it should make you, about many things. And I'm gonna just talk about three things that I think you should think about. First of all, we all have rights that are born on the backs of people like Dr. King and Minnie Jean Brown Trickey. We have those rights because of their willingness to suffer for us to have those rights. We didn't just get here. The course of American history was shaped by people who understood the fundamental values that mattered and should have mattered to this country, and they pushed and pulled and worked to make this country more of what it should be. Jefferson declared, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Among these, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness," while he went back to his slaves. Yeah, that's true. Beautiful words, but didn't really live them. But it was people like Dr. King that helped to pull this society and push this society to a point where we're closer to living to that high ideal of what we should be. And then, in addition to building the society, these pioneers remind us that the work of a better America still remains. We can never be satisfied with our conditions as long as there are people who are suffering from conditions that might be their problem, but it's not their fault. Society has to continue to work for the least of these. Society has to have a sensitivity towards equal opportunity that is not just born of right and beautiful rhetoric, but born of a commitment to making America that more perfect union. Yeah. Well, thank you. But also, and really this is important, we have to continue to work as our pioneers have worked to keep pushing to make this country what it ought to be. We should never be satisfied. And I really mean that, because here at the University of Arkansas, we are not satisfied. We're not satisfied because we know that there are students who can't afford to be here. We know that there are students who come here and they still can't afford to be here. And we are not satisfied because we know that injustice is everywhere. Until we can make this society better, that injustice will jeopardize opportunity for millions and millions of people. And so we use this day as an administration, as a university, to recommit ourselves to this justice. And I don't care how difficult the problem or dark the moment, we will not be satisfied until we work to remove this injustice from every member of our campus community. And these words, I don't live in a fairy tale land. I mean, the chancellor's life is hard. Let me tell you, it's tough, and it was tough this week. I don't live in, but I cannot ever have a moment of doubt, because it's that optimism that Dr. King had, and he took it with him. I mean, he had it. He believed that America could be better, and that's why we have to continue to believe. We have to believe that this country is so great that it must change, it must improve, it must serve every member of its society. We have to keep working until every valley is exalted, until every mountain and hill is made low. The crooked places have to be made straight and the rough places plain, and we're all gonna come together and see it together, because that's the work that is left for us. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it because we owe it to all those who came before us. We're gonna do it, we're gonna continue to push, and then the generation that follows up us will pick up the mantle and continue to push. And so I wanna thank you for your commitment to being here. But beyond that, I'm going to take your commitment of being here as an indication that you are now going to get on the work and be champions for justice in every situation that you find. Every one of us are going to recommit today, because it's just the right thing to do, and it's what it means to be an American. Don't let anybody fool you. America is about, being an American is about always trying to make it better for people who don't have a voice, people who don't have opportunity. You will not rest until they have it. Thank you so much. Go ahead.